We are live, baby. We are live. Live in the rack, live in the rack, live in the rack, live in the rack. It's your boy, always real, never fake. Alex Kale Tech is in the building for the second time today. I did all the chilling I had to do with my juju. She got picked up. Let's talk about this fiber game. I want to compare all fiber. Okay? This is going to be an exclusive fiber cable live stream. So I want to give my perspective on the whole TFiber situation because I feel like people don't look at it from a business standpoint and they just look at it from a consumer standpoint. And in life, you got to look at things both ways. You can't just look at things one way. You got to look at things both ways. Okay? You got to look at things both ways. Why should T-Mobile shout out millions of dollars to roll out fiber if they already got a contract with a company that has fiber rolled out? So you want to test the waters. You're not just going to spend 2 or 3 billion on fiber, acquiring a fiber company, right, that has an established fiber footprint in certain states and certain cities and certain areas, without you seeing if you could be successful at selling fiber. That's like buying a cell phone company without you knowing anything about cell phones. You're going to rent the building out first and you're going to see, yo, can I sell this? Is this going to be something I can purchase? And YouTube, I can't do nothing about the copyrighted music. I am outside, trying to get home. So it's like you got to use your brain. You know, why should anybody buy anything without testing the waters? That's like saying we should take 14 the FCC and the DOJ should take 14-day remorse period from the cell phone carriers. How about if it's somebody that just got to the United States? You feel me? From another country, just got their citizenship. Is first time with a social, doesn't know what service provider to pick, so they pick one that's not good in their area. Come on, man. That's why I say I'm a whole different beast when it comes to this content creation, because I look at both ends of the stick. I look at it as a consumer and as a business. Being from the business side, I got burger, butter, fiber. It's 154.99, 5 gigs up and 5 gigs down. That's not bad, bro. That's good money. That's really good. So, like I was telling you guys, like I'm saying on this live stream. So why should T-Mobile just go on in a company and buy them out without testing first if they could be successful at selling fiber? People don't understand this. Like, I swear to God, people don't understand this. Like, I don't understand how can you say you're a tech enthusiast, but you don't follow everything tech. Tech is not just cell phones, computers, watches. Tech is internet, fiber. A foot of fiber is $500, and that's only 12 inches. 12 inches of fiber. Fiber is $500 for a square foot. All right. So you think it hasn't been expensive as hell for Verizon to roll out fiber in Trenton? Which, of course, that's a rhetorical question. It's a rhetorical question. You should already know the answer to that. So I just feel like people that don't have fiber shouldn't be opinionating on service that do they not have. I just feel like you can't say anything. I'm trying to use big words on this live stream. You can't say anything. Yo, what's up, Archie Tech, Archie Mobile? I mean, what's good, broski? You can't say nothing to talk bad about another company. Well, you don't even got fiber at your house. You get what I'm saying? That's like me being critical and talking trash about T-Mobile, but I don't have T-Mobile. Me talking trash and being critical about AT&T, but I don't have AT&T. Me talking trash and being critical about Verizon, but I don't have Verizon. Like, that's something you should just not comment on. And that's in general. Like, if you don't have it, don't talk about it. And that's just real talk. Seriously. Like, T-Mobile needs to test the waters first. They need to test the waters first. You can't compare. It's really unfair to sit there and compare T-Mobile to AT&T or Verizon when AT&T launched AT&T Uverse back in 2004. 2004, right? 2000, no, 2004 was Verizon Files, and like 2006 was AT&T. You can't compare companies that have been doing this forever to a new company just testing the waters. How do you expect for somebody to go all in or something? That's like when I buy jewelry. You think I'm just gonna go all in? No, I gotta look at it. I gotta see how it looks. I gotta see if I'm gonna like it. Just like when I buy earrings, I gotta look at them. I gotta see if I'm gonna like them. I don't just go on in. You just don't go on in. You test the waters. You test the waters. And that's facts. So you can't sit here and say, well, T-Mobile's dumb. There's nothing impressive about T-Mobile having fiber now because they don't own it. Bro, fiber's expensive as fuck. It's not cheap. $500 per square foot. That's a lot of freaking bread. Imagine how many feet it is from where the fiber is around the corner from my house, Verizon Files fiber, to get it all the way to my house. My house is at least 50 feet or 100 feet. Yes, 100, exactly 100 feet from that pole. So you do the math. I'm 100 feet away from the pole that shoots the fiber to my house. So you do the math. So that's what I'm saying, man. You can't be critical about something you do not have. You can't really speak. That's why when I don't have something, I don't really butt into the conversation. I say, look, this is not for me. I'm not gonna sit here and criticize Verizon or AT&T on what you guys are talking about because I don't have it. I never had it. So I'm not gonna go into full details of something that I do not have. And that is facts. That is facts. And the only, no, I'm not the only content creator, but I'm one of the content creators that chills with business owners. You feel me? I chill with business owners. I don't chill with when I go to the bar, I don't chill with regular people. I chill with people that own construction companies. I chill with people that own landscaping companies. I chill with people that own grocery store franchises. I chill with people at the bar that own freaking Wendy's franchises, McDonald's franchises, Taco Bell franchises, Applebee's franchises. So what you think? I don't get knowledge from them. I'm like, yo, bro, why you haven't invested on this block right here? Bro, because I don't know if it's gonna make it doesn't make any sense to me. Listen. I know that's a popular block to put the restaurant on, but I'm gonna explain it to you like this, Alex. If I don't test the waters, why should I spend 150 grand or 250 grand to buy the lot? Or maybe I think that where you're specifically where you're talking about, they want around 750 grand for that spot. So why should I spend 750 out of my earned money? Of course, I'm a millionaire, but it doesn't matter.
I'm not stuck up. You see, I come see your boy over here, and I drive a Honda Accord, a regular Honda Accord, fully loaded. If I wanted to come in here in a Bentley or a Mercedes or a Ferrari or a Lambo or a Phantom or whatever car you see these rappers driving, I got the money to do so. But that's not me. I think outside the box. As any of them cars gonna make me money. Soon as the car leaves the lot, they lose the value, Alex. So is any of that worth investing on? No. Now, the jewelry that you put around your neck, you did that. That's an investment because that could be melted down and you could resell it. You could sell it to the jewelry store to give you a couple of thousand. So, that has resale value. But I'm not a jewelry person. A house has resale value. So, yeah, you could spend money on a house and you could flip it. But like I was trying to explain to you, that corner does have potential, but I'm not gonna go in there fully and invest my hard-earned money without knowing if I'm gonna have any results to make money back. You need to understand businesses are there to make money, not to lose money. So how is T-Mobile gonna go full in, full throttle, buy out this company that I never heard of for fiber in my entire life, just buy them completely out like they did with Mint Mobile and give them 1.2 or 2 or 3 billion dollars, whatever the case may be. And then let's say their fiber strategy is a flop. So they're out $3 billion. They're out $4 billion. What's up, Blaze homie? They're out 3 to 4 billion dollars. That's where people need to think outside the box. Stop thinking, oh well, they just don't have the money for it. No, it's not about having money. Like I said before, T-Mobile is the richest company in the world. They are the only cell phone company that's owned by a bank. So I don't understand how people say T-Mobile's broke. T-Mobile doesn't have money. T-Mobile's broke. T-Mobile Dutch Bank just doesn't want to dish out the money to make T-Mobile prosperous, to make T-Mobile a real competitor, because they feel, like I told you, I hang around with millionaires. They feel like if they already got it, like it's like the dude I was talking to. He was like, bro, I own the Applebee's next to the mall. You go to the mall, right? I'm like, yeah. Okay, so you think that I'm gonna use money from the Applebee's I own in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to pay the people at the one by the mall? No, you're going to expect the one at the mall to make you enough money to pay the people there and for you to make profit. Of course. So that's how it goes. So that's exactly what Dutch Comp says. They say, well, T-Mobile's supposed to be making us enough money with the Wall Street investors and everybody to be prosperous and keep rolling out, even if it takes long, rolling out, rolling out this fiber, rolling out this N41. So that's what people need to understand. Like, it irks me when somebody doesn't have a technology and they fully criticize something that they don't have. Like, that just gets under my skin. Like, if you don't have fiber, don't talk about fiber, man. Don't talk about fiber. Keep your mouth shut. Keep my mouth shut. Everybody knows I got files. The box is right here in my mom's room. It says files right on the damn box. And files is Verizon files. It's fiber, baby. It's fiber or nothing. So at the end of the day, I even showed you guys the fiber that connects to my house. I showed you my Verizon extender. You guys know I got files. I put my bill up on the community tab. So that's what I'm saying. If I wanted to be critical about fiber and criticize T-Mobile, I can do so. Sneak could do so. Carlos could do so. Anybody that has fiber. But if you don't have fiber and you got crappy ass Comcast with their fake 10G fiber, shh, just be quiet. You're not involved in this. Just be quiet. When it comes to your turn, be like, yo, I can't talk about it. I don't have fiber in my location. Never had fiber before, so I'm not gonna sit here and criticize T-Mobile about fiber because you don't think outside the box. You can't call yourself. I can't listen. I'm the type of person that if you're not into tech the way I am, I'm not gonna let you come on my live stream and dictate certain things because you think about it that way because you want to be a one-track minded person. No, I'm sorry. I'm a whole different beast. I'm a whole different monster. You guys already know that. I'm a whole different beast. I'm a whole different monster. That's why my channel is called KO Tech, Knockout Tech, because I'm gonna say how it is, and I don't really care. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is, people, people really can't talk about stuff that they don't know. You can't sit here and say, "Well, look, I think T-Mobile's dumb for not buying this fiber company," when you don't even know no rich person. You never even carried a conversation with somebody that owns a company or owns franchises. You feel me? To actually have the knowledge to think and say, well, maybe T-Mobile wants to test the waters. That's what T-Mobile wants to do. They want to test the waters before they buy this company. They want to see how successful they could be selling fiber before they waste billions of dollars buying out this company. You can't criticize somebody that has more money than you, man. You really can't. You can say T-Mobile's trash all you want, but do you have more money than T-Mobile? None of us do. None of us got more money than any one of these companies. So what I try to make clear to people is that T-Mobile is owned by Dutchcom. Google who the hell is Dutchcom. It's the biggest bank in Europe. It's like I already said it in my last live stream, but I deleted that live stream. But I'm not gonna delete this one. It's like Verizon being owned by Bank of America or Chase, which are the two biggest banks in the great United States of America, the place where we live at. Okay, can anybody fuck with Verizon or AT&T if they were owned by Chase or Bank of America? No, because guess what? Bank of America is worth 3.5 trillion with a T, and Chase is worth 6.5 trillion with a T. So there you go. That shuts everybody up. Okay, I don't know what's Dutchcom's net worth. I could try to Google it right now while we're on this line. I know they're probably worth around a couple of trillion, but for tech purposes, I will Google it on this and see if Google has the answer. I don't know. Europe has different laws, so I don't know if they have to put their stuff on Google if they don't want to. How much is Dutch Comp worth? Okay, Dutch Comp as of 2022, they are worth. I don't think this. Yeah, this ain't right. It's talking about a coffee business in Europe that's worth 1.47 billion. Nope. What is the net worth of Dutch Comp Bank in Europe? Okay, there we go. Let's see. Dutch Comp Bank as of February 2021. Dutch Comp Bank, 113, 135. Let me see. I ought to see this in a broader scale. So I can get the breakdown. The breakdown, baby, the breakdown. Okay, so according Dutch Comp Bank, I don't know if I'm saying it right because I doubt it. If they're worth 136.6 million, I doubt that because T-Mobile's worth billions, so it doesn't make any sense that the bank would be so small. Oh, here we go. It says Dutch Comp's net worth as of 2022, it is $5.4 billion. Would it be $1 billion? $5.4 billion is as of March 24th, 2023. Dutch Comp is worth 5.4 billion. Would it be? So there you go. That's what they got. That's what T-Mobile has backing them up. A bank that's worth 5.4 billion. So are they worth more than a Bank of America or Chase? No. But the only cell phone company that's being backed by a bank right now is T-Mobile. So of course T-Mobile's going to test out the waters. Dutch Comp is not dumb. They're not. They didn't get to 5.4 billion by throwing money away. They're gonna see if it's worth it, and then they're gonna see what access, if they have to trade stocks and blah blah, all that technical bullshit that goes on behind the scenes. So of course they're gonna tell Mike Seberg, test the waters, let us know how it goes. You'll come back to Europe. You'll give us the feedback. You'll go to the board of directors. You'll let them know what's going on, and we'll see. But the prices that Snead said are very competitive. $55 for 500 megabytes and 70 for a gig. That's awesome. I pay more than that with Verizon. Verizon is $90 for a gig before taxes. So T-Mobile's undercutting Verizon by 20 bucks. $20 is $20. At the end of the day, 20 bucks is 20 bucks. So T-Mobile is undercutting Verizon by $20 and giving you fiber for 70 when Verizon charges 90, 89.99. What is a penny? Wow. $90 plus tax. I pay around $105 with taxes for fiber, and that's just fiber alone. The cable is more expensive. The cable is like 125, 130, 140, somewhere around there. The cable channels are more expensive than the actual fiber. So I'm saying that to say T-Mobile is doing the smart route. They're doing the smart route. They are doing the smart thing. Test the things, see how they go, and then if it's worth buying it, you buy it. And that's exactly how millionaires go. That's exactly how it goes. You think that my boy that owns the bar, that's like my brother, you think he goes and just buys clubs or bars without seeing if it has potential or not? He just goes blindsided and says, I'm going to give you 500 grand or a million? No. You got to see if this place has potential, if it's a nice spot where it's going to draw in customers, and am I going to make the money back that I just spent? That's how business works. So T-Mobile is a business. It's not a person, it's a business. It's a conducted business that's meant to make money. So at the end of the day, all these companies are businesses. Every single one of them. Now, does AT&T financially on the books and Verizon have more money than T-Mobile? Yes. Yes, they do. Because they make more money because of the taxes and fees. But it's like I was saying yesterday on the live stream, the reason why T-Mobile could offer free things is because they're cutting down on the on customer care from the United States. For T-Mobile, customer care in the United States is non-existent. It's all in the Philippines and in India, like I said yesterday. I had my business line already for almost a year, and I have never talked to somebody in the United States for business. Not like AT&T. AT&T, every day I call, I'll get somebody from the United States. As long as I call between 6 a.m. and 12 p.m., 12 a.m., I'll get somebody in the United States. And that's a fact. So, T-Mobile is saving money, like I said, by doing this and giving customer care overseas. They're saving money. The average employee customer care for regular support team of experts makes around $19 an hour. Supervisor 22, manager 25. Now across seas, regular customer care $7, supervisor 10, and manager $12 an hour. Converted from US money to their money. So that's saving a lot of money. Saving a lot of money. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't think about that. Okay, so how is T-Mobile still keeping these investors happy? How is T-Mobile still able to, take these losses by not adding taxes and fees to this new plan and adding Apple TV Plus included on this new plan by not having U.S. customer care service. That's how. But back to fiber. The best fiber known to man is Files. Hands down. No ifs and buts. I don't care. The best fiber, the most reliable fiber I have ever seen is Files. It is definitely Files, hands down. I don't have AT&T over here in Jersey to test it. You know, AT&T Uverse. AT&T Uverse has been out longer than Verizon's, and they haven't done anything to get to the to where I'm at. They're not in Pennsylvania. They're not in New Jersey. I don't know about New York. I know they're out Midwest because I used to live in Ohio, so Ohio's considered Midwest. I know they're in Milwaukee. They're out there and they're in the Midwest, but I haven't seen them nowhere in Massachusetts or Connecticut or Rhode Island, or I haven't heard of it being in New York. So they don't really care about this down north, whatever you want to call it. They don't really care about us. It is in Florida though. Definitely, there is AT&T fiber in Florida. There is Uverse in Florida. So all I gotta say is that to me, Verizon's the best. My boy asked me today on the live stream. You know, my brother from another mother. He's a fireman. That's why I was in the firehouse. Um, and he asked me. He asked me my sincere opinion. Who has the best service? Basically, in the U.S. is Verizon. Now, does Verizon has blind spots just like everybody else? Yeah, but they've been shutting me up. In front of that firehouse back in January, in January, and last year, because you know the school year. This is my daughter's new school. She started in September of last year. The school year started. Um, they've been shutting me up. Before I was only getting there 8 megs down, in that same spot where I speed tested. 8 megs down and 2 megs up, and now I'm getting over 600 down and almost 100 up, like you guys seen on the video. So Verizon is being super aggressive, ruthless aggression, like John Cena used to say in the WWE. And I like seeing that aggression. I like seeing that momentum. I like seeing that they're saying, screw what anybody else has to say. We're gonna do what we need to do to get service where FirstNet is at. And that's exactly. And you heard my boy. He has AT&T. He has a FirstNet line. He switched over from Verizon because AT&T gave him a better deal for being a first responder. You heard it on the live stream. So it's crazy. It's crazy to see the competition, the fiber. You know, we all know that T-Mobile hasn't been the best at rolling out fiber. Um, I know people talk about small cells, and I see a lot of small cells, a lot of CVRS. That's considered a small cell from Verizon. You know, it does help out a lot. It would help T-Mobile immensely if they was to roll out small cells and stuff like that. But once T-Mobile gets the ball rolling on fiber, right? Let's say if they're successful in these three new places that shout out to Sneed Mobile Tech Sneed talked about. Um, I see them buying out this fiber company and owning fiber wherever this company owns fiber at. If it made sense to spend 1 point something billion on Mint Mobile, so Verizon wouldn't buy it, because I agree with cold heartedly with Sneed. The reason why they overpaid for T-Mobile paid for Mint Mobile was because they felt like Verizon was creeping in to make that deal. AT&T wasn't going to do that, but Verizon was. It made more sense for Verizon to do it than AT&T. So I'm saying that to say that T-Mobile is going to be a fearless competitor if they spend 1 point something billion on this fiber company. Because like the other guy said, he said that that fiber company is owned by another company that owns fiber all over the United States. So imagine, imagine this. Imagine T-Mobile goes successful, right? And in 2025, T-Mobile becomes the largest fiber owner in the United States, and they didn't have to pay us a dime to roll it out. They bought it already rolled out. That's like when my boy buys a bar. It's already built. The building's already there. He just buys the building completely. Why should he have to spend all the money buying up the land where the building was built and paying for the building to get built? You buy it when it's already there. You save money and it's smart. How many people don't buy used cars? So if it makes sense for you to buy a used car, why would it make sense to buy fiber that's already rolled out? That you don't gotta pay for it to get rolled out. Because it's $500 for every 12 inches for every square foot. So be smart. Don't be a jackass. From a business standpoint, T-Mobile's doing what they need to do. So imagine if TFiber, I'm gonna repeat this, TFiber spends, T-Mobile, Dutch Comp spends, and investors are all in and spend around 1 point something billion or 2 billion to buy all the fiber this company owns. Then what? T-Mobile becomes the biggest fiber provider in the nation, in the whole United States of America. Then what? One thing people need to stop doing is underestimating the underdog. My boy has been an underdog. People don't know how smart he is. They think he don't know how to manage his money, and he owns a lot of properties that people don't know about. But I do. A lot of properties. So my boy spends more money in taxes every year than what you make working at your job. Over 300 and something thousand in taxes every year on business taxes. And that's a fact. So like I said, I mean, if people think, you know, they can't argue with me, they cannot. They cannot. Do you know a millionaire? No, I don't. Do you know anybody that owns their own company? No, I don't. Okay then. You never talk to somebody that owned a business to find out why people don't just jump full dive in the water without a life preserver. Is what I like to call it. Go all in on something that you have no experience on. That's how you end up fucking broke. That's exactly how you end up broke. By investing in something that you don't know shit about. Do your research, get the knowledge you need to get, and then you'll be successful. You don't just dive in head on. You know how many people have opened businesses and flopped? I mean, let's look at how many rappers have flopped in the last couple of years that made hit songs that were multi-platinum. It's the same shit. You don't want to be a one-hit wonder. Who cares? People are gonna know you for being a one-hit wonder. You want to be an everlasting artist, just like you want to be an everlasting, uh, you know, um, businessman. So that's why you test the waters. You see if it benefits you or not, and if it doesn't benefit you, you didn't lose nothing. You rented that. You feel what I'm saying? Instead of going in all in and buying it. That's like buying a car without test driving in it and without knowing what's wrong with the car. How about if you spent 15, 20 grand of your hard earned money, or even 2 grand, it doesn't fucking matter, of your hard earned money that you're working for, and then the car breaks down on you 3 days later on your way to work? That's how you got to think about these things. T-Mobile is a business. A business. Verizon is a business. AT&T is a business. It's all about making money. It's not about losing money. It's about making money. And that's what people need to comprehend. That's what you really need to comprehend. That's what you really need to comprehend. So trust me. I've seen money like the one that 6ix9ine wants to flaunt. I've seen money like that. Legal money, of course, because these are people that own their businesses. But most people that own businesses don't trust the banks. So they have their own safe stacked with money. Whether it's in their house or in their business, they have safes with mad cash in it. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is, man, I hope T-Mobile does exactly what I'm saying. Test this out the water. They see themselves taking customers from other people. They invest on this fiber. They buy it out so that way they don't have to roll out their own fiber, and they become a real competitor in the internet business. At the end of the day, that's going to be better for us. Verizon will have to compete if that company owns fiber here in Trenton, and T-Force becomes a thing in Trenton in 2025. 2 years from now, it'll be a serious threat. But for now, I'm saying, hands down, T-Mobile's the best. I mean, sorry, Verizon's the best at fiber. Hands down, Verizon's the best. I wish Carlos had fiber out there, and at his house. Verizon files, he would love it. You feel me? So all I'm saying is, don't talk if you don't know too much, man. Sometimes that's why I like to stay quiet and think before I talk. I know you guys are like, why the hell did Alex stay quiet all the time? Because I'm thinking. I'm really using my brain. Is what's coming out my mouth going to make sense or not? Should I say this? Should I not say this? And that's basically how it goes. So you can't really talk on a subject that you don't know nothing about. You feel me? You do not know nothing about. I don't care where you live at. I don't care if you have fiber where you live at. If you don't have fiber at your house, shh, be quiet. Don't talk about something you don't have. End of story. That's one thing I would never be. I would never be a groupie. I would never dislike something because other people dislike it. I'm gonna dislike it because I dislike it. I'm not gonna dislike it because I want to feel like the cool kid. That's corny. I'm 40 years old, but I'm about to be 41 in August. Them days are done. Too old for that bullshit. You know. That's like Ricky. Ricky really loves T-Mobile. RFK Tech USA. Let me stop. He'll come over here and run me over with his truck. That guy generally hates T-Mobile for some reason. I don't know. I don't hate no carrier. I just hate arguing with the customer care and when they don't want to do their job. Like AT&T Business already fixed my problem, and they said my bill's gonna be 147 every month, and that's how much I'm gonna pay. So, but fiber is the shit. Download shit in seconds. Update your phone in like 3 minutes instead of 3 hours. So at the end of the day, and just be honest. There's nothing. Listen, especially if you're not a content creator on this platform, and you're just somebody that's kind of an enthusiast. You don't have to worry about saying I can't afford this shit because it doesn't matter. You're not a content creator. You're just somebody that comes on live streams and talks about your 2 cents. And that's facts, man. Just talk about your 2 cents. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. I had people on my live streams before that weren't, content creators. But I'm just saying, don't criticize something you do not have. Now, understand if you say, well, I got files, I got Uverse, and from my experience, how is T-Mobile going to try to compete? What is their ultimate goal? Are we going to get guaranteed symmetrical speeds from T-Mobile like I get from Uverse or I get from files? But if you're not saying that, them words are not coming out your mouth before you just go on in and say I'm not impressed. You can't say you're not impressed about nothing that you never had. That's like my boy pulling up in my favorite car, a Lexus IS, and I tell him I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed in your car selection. I'm gonna look like a hater. That's straight up. I'm gonna look like a straight up hater. I'm not gonna look like somebody that is supporting him. I'm gonna look like a hater. You feel me? I don't hate on nobody. I congratulate. You feel me? Success success is something you have to make for yourself. Success is not something you gotta earn it. You gotta want it. You gotta taste it. So that's why I play devil's advocate all the time on my channel. I criticize everybody. Nobody can say that I have a favorite because I done went off on T-Mobile customer care on live streams, AT&T, and Verizon. So there's nobody that can say, "Oh, you're a T-Mobile shield, you're a T-Mobile fanboy." Nope, I'm not. But I'm just not gonna let you say stupid shit that you don't know nothing about. End the story. You have to use your brain, think outside the box. Does this make mathematical sense for T-Mobile to go in on some all in on something they never had before, or are they just testing the waters to see how good it goes, and then they're just gonna swoop in and boom, become the biggest fiber owner in the United States from coast to coast? We'll see, man. And that's it. We'll see. So it's all up to T-Mobile to be successful in that part. The pricing is compatible. The pricing is a threat, but it's up to them to be successful. Verizon is a complete success. AT&T is a success. So would I trade my Verizon fiber for anything? No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Unless it was another fiber company that was going to give me symmetrical speeds like Verizon does, I'm not doing it. So that's one thing I would love to know about T-Mobile right now. Are they giving us some rest? Are they giving their customers in them places symmetrical speeds? Are they getting 1 gig down and 1 gig up like I get with Verizon or like other people? Like shout out to Latrell Jennings, the homie. Like he gets with AT&T Uverse 1 gig down, more than 1 gig down, and more than 1 gig up actually. So amazing speeds. Is that the type of that we're going to see from AT&T fiber? You know, this is what people need to understand. And what's funny to me, people are under the assumption that everybody owns everything. And since you're my listen, I want to talk about my version of being awoke. When I'm talking about being awoke, my version, I don't want to talk about everybody else's version. I want to talk about my version. And what Marlon Wayne said about the real definition of being awoke is knowing your surroundings, knowing what's around you, knowing what's going on. That's being awoke. Awoke is not accepting things that you don't want to accept or that you don't agree with. That's not being awoke. That is not being awoke. That's being a cheerleader and a follower instead of a leader. That's not being awoke. Awoke is what I'm talking about. Knowing facts. So I'm gonna tell you something because a lot of people don't know this. So I'm gonna break it down. So a lot of people are gonna be like, "Wow," right? In the mall, in the mall, okay, in the mall, in any mall, the only stores in the mall that are owned by the company is Macy's, J.C. Penney's, and Sears. Are the only three that own that section of the mall. American Eagle, rent it. T-Mobile, rent it. AT&T, rent it. Verizon, rent it. Old Navy, rents it. Everybody else rents their location at the mall. They don't buy it. They don't own that section at the mall, that part of the building. They rent it. So what's wrong with T-Mobile renting fiber? If everybody else, right? You don't own your house. Most people on YouTube don't own their houses. They rent them. Especially in New York. You living in the 18th floor, you don't own that building. You rent it, right? So how are you going to criticize somebody else for renting things when you're doing the same thing? That's in the lamest terms I could put it. You don't own it. The mall here, the Quaker Bridge Mall, where I got 5G plus, and now they added C-band, and pretty soon I heard they're going to add millimeter wave in the mall. That's owned by Jewish people. They have two owners. Two Jewish owners own that mall for people's information. So, like I said, the only two stores, I don't give a shit what state you live in and what part of the country you live in, is the same thing everywhere. The only stores that own, when you go into that part of the mall, that building in the mall, you can go into Sears. Sears owns it. J.C. Penney owns it, and Macy's owns their own section at the mall. Everybody else pays rent. Why do you think that in your mall you'll see McDonald's and then you'll be like, oh shit, what happened to McDonald's? Or what happened to Taco Bell? Or what happened to Wendy's? What happened to Burger King at the mall? They left. They didn't want to keep paying the rent. So what does that mean? They don't own that section. But it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm awoke, man. You guys are still sleeping. Just because you live in the state of New York, just because you live in the state of Cali, just because you live in the state of Massachusetts, I don't give a shit where you live at. That doesn't mean you're woke. You're still sleeping because you're criticizing somebody for renting something when you do the same thing. Do I own Verizon Files or do I rent it? I got to pay a rental fee of $265 a month, right? Yes, Alex. Do I own AT&T or T-Mobile Business, or do I rent it and I gotta pay $147 and $200 and something right now because of my Apple Watch to T-Mobile? You're renting it, Alex. Okay, then. So that's like, how can we? There's no criticism. You should not criticize shit that you don't know nothing about. That's what I'm trying to say. Open your mind. Be awoke. Know that because somebody has billions doesn't mean that because you or any of us say T-Mobile needs to buy fiber and roll it out, they don't got to listen to us. Do we own stocks at T-Mobile? Are we one of the stockholders? Are we one of the board members? No. So who gives a flying fuck about our opinion? Nobody but the people that watch us and support us in the story. In the story. The only thing that I'm saying is that I'm being watched by Verizon and all these companies is because look at how I criticized Verizon in West Trenton, and look at the fucking speeds I got today. Almost 700 down and 100 up. Almost over 100. I got 99.9. And before, you guys know I did a live stream in January in that same fucking spot and only got freaking what? 25 down and 8 up. So they are paying attention. And why are these carriers paying attention? Because they know I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't gotta know all these technical terms and all this about millimeter wave and the bands, which is good for me to know. But I know the business standpoint of things, which that's what the carrier thinks about. I know so much about business that when I talked to AT&T Business yesterday, they was like, "Do you want a job, Alex? Should I be talking to my manager? Did you graduate? Do you have your college diploma? We could get you a higher position on AT&T." That's how much these motherfuckers were surprised that I know about fucking business. So that's what I'm talking about. It's about knowing about business. That's being awoke. Sleeping is saying, well, why are they renting this out? Okay, so how about, I'm not going to say that. That's idiotic. They could say anybody on that live stream could have been on the comment section and you buy it. Why you don't buy it for them and then they can rent it off of you? Like, really be awoke, man. Think before you say things that don't make you look like an idiot on the internet. What's up, baby Yoda? And that is facts, man. I'm not trying to get nobody mad at me because I'm just dead up. But I just want people to be awoke. Use your brain. Is it better to make a house or buy a house? Listen. Is it better to buy 4 acres of land, right? And put a house on them 4 acres of land? Or is it better to buy a house that's already in them 4 acres of land that you don't gotta construct? It's already constructed there. So you don't gotta spend no extra money. Because sometimes it's more expensive to buy the piece of land and add the house to it than to buy the piece of land with the house on it. And how do I know this? Because my nephew, hello, he served in the military. He owns his house. He has 4 acres. I talked about it a whole bunch of times on my live streams. And my nephew subscribed to my channel. So, no duh. When you go buy a house, are you thinking about, well, no, I don't want to hear. So that's what I'm saying. So you can't tell somebody to do something that you're not doing. You can't tell a multi-billion-dollar company to go ahead and buy fiber and roll it out when you don't own your house and you bought your car used and you bought your car or your house already when people were living in it before it was already made. And that's the point that I'm trying to make it so people could understand. See, that's why I like it when I talk, because everybody's going to understand. Alex makes complete sense. From a business standpoint, that makes complete sense. Test the waters out, see how it goes. If you're successful and you're taking you're taking shares and you're being a competitor with TFiber, and you're being disruptive. Guys know I'm dyslexic. Disruptive in the fiber game, just like you're doing in the mobile in the fixed home internet space. Then you going all in. You go all in. That's when you say, fuck this shit. If I paid 1 point, that's when Mike Seaberg and goes to the board of directors and then flies out to freaking Europe and talks to Dutch Camp, or tells the head of Dutch Camp to fly over to the United States and be in that board meeting. And that's when they say, okay, look at how good we've been doing. Look at how successful we got. Over 10,000 new subs in the last 2 months. Let's play it out for 1 year. Let's see how many subs we could get, how many people we could take away from corny Cox fake fiber, CenturyLink that's out there in the West Coast where T-Mobile's testing their stuff at in Colorado. And let's see how it goes. And if at 12 months we are more successful, let's just buy the whole damn fiber. Let's just buy it. Let's buy the whole damn fiber. Then what people are going to say? Well, it's not fair because T-Mobile already bought fiber that was established, and these people had fiber all over the United States, and now they became a serious competitor. No, right? You were saying it was smarter for them to spend billions on rolling it out instead of spending billions to own the fiber that's already been rolled out. You get what I'm saying? So that's what it comes down to, man. Like I said, I'm not trying to ruffle nobody's feather. I'm not trying to get on nobody's bad side. I'm just speaking facts, guys. I'm just speaking facts. I know some people don't like it, but it's facts. You could agree to disagree, but I know what the fuck I'm talking about, whether you like it or not. Talking about business wise, you test the waters. Test the waters. God knows that I wanted to own a mobile store. That's like if I wanted to own a T-Mobile franchise. You think T-Mobile owns every corporate store? No, they don't. It's owned by a private person, and it's a franchise, but it's a corporate store. My boy owns his Boost Mobile stores. Are they Boost Mobile corporate stores? Yes, they are. They are franchises. That's like my boy that owns McDonald's. It's a franchise. There you go. So you want to test the waters. My boy didn't dive in head first and said, I'm going to own 3 Boost Mobile corporate stores. He tested the waters, see how it went. Opened up one store, was successful. Opened up the other store, was successful. Now he owns 4 of them. You see what I'm talking about? You don't just jump in head first and just blow your whole wad. And then you were a one-hit wonder. You had to close your store down because you couldn't even afford to pay your employees. Think outside the box, guys, please. Be awoke. That's what awoke means. Knowing what the hell you're talking about. Thinking outside the box. That's what awoke means. Awoke does not mean that you have to agree with other things. No. I don't care what other people's agenda is for awoke. Everybody always tries to switch everything up. Well, awoke, shut the fuck up. Awoke does not mean that. Awoke is not what other people want it to be. Awoke is you knowing your surroundings, like I'm gonna explain it for one last time, and you knowing what the fuck you're talking about when you're doing the dispute against a company. And I just broke everything down. You cannot tell somebody to do something you're not doing. In the story. If you're not buying your own house, you can't tell somebody to buy their own house. If you don't own your own car, you can't tell somebody to own their own car. If you don't own a brand new car and you bought a used one, you can't tell somebody to buy a brand new car when your car was used. I don't give a shit if it has 50,000 miles on it. It still had a previous owner. When you're the first owner, it comes out the lot with 0 miles. So know your shit. Like I said, I don't have to have a license and drive to know about cars. My nephews are they went to school for mechanics. My nephew's a master mechanic working at Honda, getting paid over 100 grand a year. My other nephew worked as a mechanic for 18 wheelers for the big trucks, the Walmart trucks, when they used to get into car accidents. He used to have to fix the bumper, weld it, do all that shit, fix the engine. So he's a master technician certified with a degree on fixing 18 wheelers trucks. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I like to ask questions. There you go. It doesn't hurt. Knowledge is key. That's what I want to end this live stream on because I got to get ready to go. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is power. Know what you're talking about before you start talking about it, so that way somebody else doesn't make you look stupid. That's the best way to go, man. That's why nobody can make me look stupid, because I'm talking about a business standpoint. Does it make sense to T-Mobile to spend billions of dollars on fiber when they already got they're eyeballing a company that owns fiber? Yeah, it doesn't make sense, Alex. You're right. They should just rent it out, see how it goes, and if they're successful at it, then buy the motherfucker. That way, you were dead last, and you're up front because you bought something that was already rolled out. That's like saying it didn't make sense for AT&T to buy a Singular. That's like saying it didn't make sense for uh, Verizon to buy. Damn, what was the name of that company? Jesus, I forgot the company. Big Bobby, you used to have that company, man. I forgot the name of that shit. Carlos had a line. He had that company before too. I forgot the name of that company though. I really did. I've been talking about that company a long time. But that's like saying that. That's like saying, why did AT&T buy out uh Singular, and they didn't just roll out their towers themselves? Because it was cheaper to buy Singular than it was to roll out the towers. Duh! That's common sense. Be awoke. Damn. I'm trying to think about that company that Verizon merged with to take their towers too. Damn, what's the name of that company? Come on, Bobby, you left, bro. Jesus, bro. What's the name of that freaking company? Oh my god, man. It was a company from back in the day that gave you minutes. Hmm. I can't freaking remember, but anyway, Verizon bought out that company for their towers. So why didn't just Verizon roll out the towers where that company had the towers that they wanted to have the coverage there? Because it was cheaper to buy out the company than roll out the towers. And man, come on, man. It's just common sense, please, man. Seriously, man. You don't really like tech. If you don't know these things, you really don't like tech, man. You just a groupie. You just want to seem popular. I'm dead serious. If you don't know these things, you are not into tech. You shouldn't be on no more live streams. You shouldn't be opinionated of nothing. Nothing at all. Because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You really don't know. That's like when T-Mobile bought Song Kong in Puerto Rico, the biggest postpaid carrier in Puerto Rico. And that's how they took over their towers. Why did not T-Mobile just roll out their own towers? Because it was cheaper for them to buy Song Kong. Duh! If the place already has towers there, and this company's looking to be bought out, I'm gonna skip buying this company for I think it was like 400 million, when I'm gonna spend more than 400 million rolling out these towers that they already have, when I could just upgrade these towers, do what I need to do to give it 5G, because their 5G was compatible. Well, their LTE was compatible with T-Mobile's LTE, so it made sense for T-Mobile to buy Hong Kong. Yeah, there you go. So like I said, man, really do your research, man. Stop trying to look cool. Look, I understand if you're a tech enthusiast and you're just in love with certain parts, but don't disrespect tech, man. Don't do it to yourself. I'm at where I'm at because I am like this. If I was fake, I would have never made it this way, this far, which I'm happy. You know, I did lose a couple of subscribers yesterday for going off the way I did, but I want to apologize to people. It's just it gets stressful sometimes. But guys, now I already gotta go. 7:45. Take care. God bless and be safe. Thank you for watching. Make sure you smash that fucking like button, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. You guys know I'm passionate about this fucking tech, and I like breaking it down to lamest terms. I already broke it down into every term possible. Don't tell somebody to do something you're not gonna do. That's it. I don't care who it is. Don't say I'm not impressed by AT&T because they did this when you can't even afford to do what they did. You feel what I'm saying? None of us have more money than these cell phone companies. Not even professional athletes have more money, or rap singers. Not even Beyonce and Jay-Z put together got more money than AT&T or T-Mobile or Verizon. So, can we criticize the decisions they make? Yes. But you can't say I'm not amazed by this. I am amazed by this because they're trying to compete. They are trying to compete. They rented this service to see how it goes, and if it goes good, they SmackDown TV, baby. They buy it and they become the nation's biggest fiber owner. And then what people are going to say now? I swear to God, I'm going to be around for the next decade on YouTube. I think at 50, I'm going to retire. Even though I don't look like I'm 41, people say I look like I'm 25. I don't care. I'll retire in the next when I'm 50. Maybe if I want to. All right, in the next decade. All right, let's say this. I don't want to hear nobody saying nothing in 2025 that doesn't know shit about tech and saying, well, T-Mobile took the easy out by buying this company, spending 2.5 billion or whatever it costs to buy out this company and own all this fiber. Why not? It's smart. It's a strategy. That's what people have done for years, right? AT&T wanted more customers, wanted more nationwide coverage. What they do? They bought out Singular. Verizon wanted more coverage, wanted more towers. What they do? They bought out that other company. I forgot what it was called. Bell, some shit. I forgot what the hell it was called. Maybe on the next live stream I'll remember. But remember, right now, as it stands, the best fiber comes from Verizon and AT&T. And I'm gonna cut you guys on the next one. Like I said, take care, God bless, and be safe. And I'm sorry if I offended anybody. Deuces.